The Save Par Golf podcast is brought to you by the Nuke Factory at Odin Golf. Losing and donating expensive golf balls adds up very quickly. The crew at Odin Golf has engineered premium balls for every player type. They're critically acclaimed, USGA approved, and top 10 on Amazon. The best part? With Odin, you never have to dent your wallet. We love the Odin darts at Save Par and also believe going balls out shouldn't break the bank. Reload without the guilt at odingolf.com. That's odin-golf.com and use code SAVEPAR for 15% off. Odin Golf, ready to go balls out? Welcome to the Save Par Golf Podcast, where two average golfers talk about golf and things. I'm your host, Eric.
I'm your host, Dominic.
We are currently on episode 45, and we have a lot to cover. Tony Finau wins the 3M Open. LIV Golf has a third event kicking off this week. A 12-year-old becomes the youngest player to compete in the U.S. Junior. Dom, we are back. It feels good.
I'm ready to get back on like a normal schedule.
Me too. It feels so much better when we're putting them out week to week. It's been the last month has been a little hectic and crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Right. We're trying our best, or at least I'm trying my best to get it to being able to record weekly. So bear with us if you guys if you guys listen and tune into us on a weekly basis. We're trying to put out more content as much as we can. So we're hoping to get some guests on here soon too. We got a couple lined up. So, but yeah, the 3M Open just finished up. I wanted to get your take on your thoughts on the 3M Open as a volunteer and then also as a spectator. Kind of maybe what you liked, what.
So from a volunteer standpoint, I really like it. I'm part of the admissions team. So basically what we do is we scan tickets. So I was at VIP, so that was really cool because I'd never been at VIP before. The VIP.
Nice.
Last year I only did the main gate. So this year, the VIP, they gave me a list of people that were coming through for the Pro-Am. So I met Roger Steele. Shout out Roger Steele. Hope to have you on one day because you're a cool ass dude.
That'd be very cool.
That'd be sweet. Unfortunately I left before Larry came in, Larry Fitzgerald.
Sure.
I did see your boy Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph, yeah, I'm gonna miss him. He is just signed his deal today.
He wasn't. No, he signed the other day.
Or the other day, yeah.
Like last. Sorry. Yeah, no, he wasn't coming back here anyways.
He's not coming back.
No, bye-bye. But yeah, there's a lot of it that goes behind the scenes, but generally everybody just wants it to succeed and
run smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's all sorts of different people and it's all sorts of different moving parts, but everybody wants the same common outlook, and that is just to have a fun tournament. I'm assuming they don't want anybody to die.
Yeah, I don't want to die. I would hope not.
Overall, it went really smooth. This is, like I said, my second year volunteering, and both years we've been evacuated at least one day.
I was just going to bring that up. It looks like we had another weather issue on, was that Saturday?
Yeah, so they were telling us, hey, there's weather coming through at some point. We don't know when it'll be. At one point, they said 9, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm going home early. And then they turned into 10, and then 11-ish. Which, I mean, my shift was 6:15 to 11:30. So if I get sent home at 11, I'm not coming back.
Did you end up watching it as a spectator after you were done, or did you kind of just gas and just kind of?
The hard part is with the VIP entrance, there was no shade. So I didn't have a tent. So I sat in the sun for basically 5 hours.
And you forgot your sunscreen.
2 times, yeah. And then the one time I remembered my son had my sunscreen, we were evacuated and it was cloudy. Which is how it always happens, right?
Oh yeah, there's always something that you forget.
Yeah,
for me, it'd be my chapstick.
Oh, I don't give it.
See, that's my addiction is my chapstick. If I don't have my chapstick, instantly my lips are dry, and cracking, and they don't. You know what I mean?
I did go Tuesday as just a spectator. The cool thing is our volunteer badges get us into every day. So if I wanted to go Sunday, I could just scan my badge and get in. They also do, at least this year, they gave us a couple free tickets. So if you wanted to go, I could use one on you, stuff like that. But Tuesday was really cool because you can, what we did was We walked the course. We followed a couple players. Um, I wanted to like get some autographs, but I also feel bad and really struggle with taking that away from like the little kids who are there for that reason.
It's a good point.
It's just like I would have loved to like meet Hideki before he withdrew, or even see Ricky or Tony.
Was it Hideki was it 3 in the water on 18?
Three back to back to back.
And one of them I heard hit the flagstick.
I
Or
think
maybe he hit the flagstick after his third one. Or
I think that I think after the third one he flew the green.
gotcha. Okay.
Um,
At that
but
point, yeah, you're just like, just get it over.
yeah, I just struggle with taking that opportunity away from like the younger kids who want to meet potentially their hero.
Sure.
So that's kind of where I struggle with that. But it was super fun. Um, I really enjoy it. I like it from both aspects. I would like to go to like an actual like competitive round, not as like a volunteer, but just like as a spectator. So like just normal clothes. The merch was actually really good this year too.
Did you see a lot of people rocking around with like golf gloves or golf shoes that weren't actually playing?
Yeah, and that bothers me. And like
The golf shoes is one thing, but
this one dude, shit you not, came in with like the short running shorts and a polo tucked into those, and then FootJoy Classics on.
the FootJoy Classics, now, I mean, I don't want to say that Tiger made those even more famous, but now that he's rocking the FootJoys, I swear everyone I see is rocking those. They're comfortable looking shoes. They're nice looking shoes, but
You can't wear those with running shorts with
no,
your golf polo
because I'm
tucked
a
in.
running shorts kind of guy. But A, I wouldn't tuck it in, and
Yeah,
B, I wouldn't be rocking FootJoys with the running shoes.
it just
There's so many nice looking golf shoes that actually would
you
go
just
with
wear
your running
normal shoes
or wear
or put
normal
some
shoes.
running shoes on.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Um,
You're not going out there.
it just yeah that I was just like, what are you doing? And of course, it was like some teenage kid. Um, but yeah, from a volunteer standpoint, I love my group. I love the admissions team. Um, I think some of them might start tuning in, which is super cool.
Very
So
cool.
thank you to
Well,
them.
welcome if you're listening.
Yeah, welcome to all the new listeners. We love to have you. It's just two dudes talking about golf and things. Sometimes it's more golf, sometimes it's more things.
That's right.
But yeah, I love the admissions team. They always make me feel welcome. And it was super cool to see some familiar faces this year and just kind of be a part of something that is overwhelmingly positive for the state of Minnesota, but also for, the TPC Twin Cities that's not downtown. It's in Blaine. Like, there's nothing in Blaine other than like a chick like no that maybe they have
Well, they do
Chick-fil-A.
host. They do actually. Blaine has the, I believe, largest hockey facility in the world.
They do, but other than that, there's nothing, you know what I mean? Like it's not like downtown where you can go shopping or it's not like a big touristy place where at least, obviously we record this in Minneapolis. There's a ton of stuff to do in Minneapolis. Nobody says, yeah, let's go on vacation, let's go to Blaine. Granted, I don't think people really say that about Minneapolis per se, but there's at least stuff to do. There's restaurants and stuff like that. I feel like Blaine only really has like what's that chicken? They have a Raising
Oh, Raising
Cane's.
Cane's, yeah.
Like, oh boy,
The cool thing though is that we do have a PGA Tour event now
it is super
in
cool.
Minnesota,
Yeah,
and it was the senior tour.
and it's cool that it's a private course that we can now like not have access to, but we could go spend $10 on parking and then like however much the tickets are and just go see what that course is like.
Right. It's a beautiful track.
Yeah,
Obviously, I didn't make it out there this year, but last year I was out, and
my buddy and I were walking it, and there's a couple that have like a split fairway that the walking path goes through, and he's like, and I told him I was like, should we run on the fairway just to say we've been on the course? And these people came through on the carts because they're still setting up, and I was like, oh, we're gonna walk on the fairway.
show them your credentials, man. You'll be good.
Well, that was
This
way.
is when you're as a, like a
Yeah, I was a spectator, but
Gotcha.
our credentials say what team we're on, so mine says admissions and whatever.
You should have pulled the move like the lady did at the Evian Championship yesterday, where she picked up Nelly Corda's ball. I think it was on Saturday, but should have pulled that move. Just, I mean,
I did bring my camera though, so I got some cool shots of some players actually swinging through their swing.
I was gonna actually bring that up. So you can record now on your phone during events, but can you actually like bring a camera, or is that just on practice events
Just on practice
or
rounds.
practice rounds?
So like, and then even then, there's certain like stipulations. Like I could bring my camera and then a lens that's 6 inches or less. Was
Okay,
my lens 6 inches? I have no idea.
sure.
Like I mean, the lens I brought is a big lens. It's 28 to 70. So
But it's nice now though you can record on your phone if you wanted to during actual play, which is nice because
yeah,
I
and
know that was
until you post and the PGA claims it, yeah.
there's that. Yeah, we've talked about that before. So Scott Piercy was kind of in a demand or controlling lead, I should say. He was leading by I think what 4 or 5 shots heading into Sunday.
He had a pretty solid
I
lead, and
believe it was 5 strokes, and then obviously had a couple mishaps. And Tony Finau, who is one of those guys that has one of the shortest swings, but can hit a ball a mile.
yeah.
And he's super talented. He's a tall guy. You kind of, I feel like there's been so many times where he's been so close, but then just
Hmm.
can't finish. So big props to Tony Finau for finishing and winning. I think he finished 4 under for the round and was a total of 17 under for the win. So he won.
I know the OB guys asked me. They're like, "Who do you see winning?" Early, like this was like Tuesday, so it's like before anybody had like really teed off to any kind of major extent. I thought it would be a had win.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
it just feels like a good name, and we were kind of following Adam Long around, so that was kind of neat. But we almost got hit by somebody's ball in the practice round.
Did you know who it was or no?
No, I did
No,
not
not
recognize him.
records. Okay.
I wish I would have faked it, been like, oh no,
Got a free signed glove or whatever.
you hit my noggin. Yeah, we were sitting under a tree and we hear a big thud and we were like, what is that? We go over and somebody hit it offline into like a TV booth and then it bounced out type of thing. And the guy's like, oh, I should not have hit it there. I was like, no, you shouldn't have.
Come on, you're a professional. Ricky Fowler made the cut, which was nice to see.
Yeah.
He finished, I think, 300 for the tournament, which was tied for 38th. Kind of a big name for, um, a tournament here in Minnesota as far as because the thing with the 3M Open is always right after the
It's
Open
right
Championship.
after.
So a
Yeah.
lot of those golfers are
That's like the big issue that I think they're gonna have is it's right after a
a
big
major.
major.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some that is the one downside of the 3M Open. But yeah, kudos to Tony Finau on the W. Like I said, I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think he can win a lot of tournaments. Just a matter of if he can close it on Sunday, because he has no issue with getting a lead or being in contention, on Saturday and Sunday. So we'll see.
Did I read right that this is his third PGA win?
Yep,
I
third
feel
PGA
like
Tour
he should
win.
have way more than three.
You'd think so, yeah. But again, big win. I know he had noted that it was probably his most meaningful win because he had his whole family there to witness it. So that's pretty cool to
Did
know.
you see that picture of somebody photoshopping his
His
face on
face
all
on
of
all
his?
of his.
That was freaky. Was that the back nine guys?
I don't know who it was to be honest with you, but
That was
I see that as
freaky.
well.
I didn't like that.
Just to kind of piggyback off of that, Tony Finau, we had talked about. There was an interesting article about his grips, and he has it's like a one of a kind thing. He has 13 wraps under the bottom and 12 wraps under the top, and this is on his irons. And they were saying that basically it's a one of a kind build, and according to Ping, it takes at least an hour to regrip his clubs, which I don't think that's kind of a long time considering it.
Well, they said it
Regripping
was an hour with two.
was it with two?
I think if I remember the article right, I think it said it was an hour if there's two people doing it.
I think you're right. Yeah, at least 1 hour to regrip clubs from scratch, assuming 2 reps are on the job.
Hmm.
Yeah, good call. That's wild. Considering, yeah, like you normally go into Golf Galaxy or wherever it might be, and they can regrip your clubs in a matter of 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
All of your irons.
I
So
picture him like with like I said it earlier, like those big super fat like super stroke
the Super
grips.
Stroke putter grips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I picture him just using those. Or like, when you were younger, did you ever have like the Hulk hands?
Oh yeah.
I picture him just cramming his golf club through the Hulk hands and swinging.
Seriously,
I
they
had
say he's got
those.
some very large hands, and obviously, if he's got the under wraps like that, that's makes for a huge club or a
I
very
mean, whatever
what just
works,
works
right?
exactly.
They're his clubs. I do. So the craziest thing I saw, not to go back to the 3M, but we're still kind of talking about it.
Yeah.
Following some of those pros around and watching them chip, like obviously, we have 60-degree wedges, right?
Hmm.
I shit you not. This dude had to have like a 75-degree wedge bent to like a 90-degree. Like it was like he put the club down and it was like flat.
Just completely flat.
Like the face was straight up. And I
Right.
was like, where do I get one of those?
Did you see who it was?
Adam Long.
Oh, it was Adam Long?
Yeah, he put the club down and it was just like,
We got to get the like what's in the bag,
yeah.
and
And I
see
was
what we
like,
have.
where do I get one? And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, do I need one? And then I was like, yes, but I won't be good with it, but that's okay.
But
Because
you
I
need
have
one.
a driver and I'm not good with that,
That's true.
but I need one.
You got to have one in the bag.
So maybe we should buy like a really crappy 60-degree wedge and then just
Just
bend
bend
it.
it.
Yeah.
There you go. Live Golf. So we'll transfer over from PGA Tour to Live Golf, which I don't think is going to go away anytime soon. At least the conversations. That is that tournament. That's the third tournament, which will be held in New Jersey. That starts on the 29th here. Um, David Ferry now. He's a big time name for the Golf Channel, PGA Tour. He just jumped ship. I'm not really sure if, have you heard the
I don't,
contract?
did he? I don't think he jumped ship because wasn't his show like canned?
Yeah, so but he was still talking like he was still doing some announcing on the PGA
Got
Tour. So
it.
yeah, I know the Faraday show was canceled. I don't know if he can't like if it got pulled because I know a lot of people have really enjoyed it. So I don't know if he was like, all right, I'm done with it. It might have got pulled, so don't quote me on
I
that.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but he still did a lot of
Okay.
talking on
I must have
during
missed that
tournaments.
then because I knew he had his show and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, the show's no more.
I love David Faraday's voice too. I could listen to him
Oh,
all.
where's he from?
I want to say Ireland.
So good.
Yeah, I love his accent. So I'm not really sure on the contract, but I think that's they're plucking these players away,
Mm,
and now we're getting analysts. I've seen even um, some of the social media Instagrammers and things like that. They're getting some of those guys over there. I can't remember the names, but there's a couple that I've already seen that's made their way over there. But I will say I think the one thing that they are doing right is offering contracts to these players. They're guaranteed contracts. We see this in every other sport,
hmm
most sports,
I
but
say not every
not every sport,
sport.
but
It's really
your
only
major sports, I guess.
no, it's really only baseball.
Well, you're still getting a contract in football, not necessarily guaranteed. Where these golfers they're not really getting paid to golf there. They're getting paid only if they make that cut. So these guys
Well,
now are getting
right, but there's no cut.
right. So that's but Liv is giving they're paying their player upfront amount of money at
Yeah,
first.
yeah, it's like baseball.
Yep. Right, but I mean,
No, I know what you're saying.
but
It's
like
just
PGA Tour doesn't play a
no, I know,
yeah.
I
So
know.
like
You have to play to pay to play to you have to play to get paid.
well, not only that, you have to make the cut to get paid, and that's where there's the big issue. I think
That's
that
where I would struggle. I'd get cut.
right, and then you just pay your expenses and all that. So I mean, we see these guys living these caddies. I mean, caddies make really good money, but I mean, at the end of the day, these caddies on the live right now are have a chance to make a lot more money.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of this is all contract based, so you're guaranteed money. You're playing shorter seasons or shorter amount of events, and you're getting guaranteed money, and that you're getting guaranteed money. But then you have a chance to win 4 million, 4.5 million as first place, where uh, the 3M Open whole purse was 7.5 million.
What did the winner of the Open get?
I believe it's like $1.5 million.
Is that it?
Yeah. So like normally most PGA tours and majors are right around 7.5 to like $10 million.
Yeah.
So depending on how everyone finishes, but let me just do a quick little check on that. But
Fact check.
yeah, I want to say the Open Championship I think is was here we plugging away here. I want to say it was like close to 2 million, 1.8 million or something like that.
That's 1.8 more million dollars than I have.
Right. But I think 2.5 million. So that was a 14 is a record $14 million purse. So that is the most it's ever been for the Open. And
Okay.
so Cam Smith got 2.5 million, which is a lot. And I know that they are making, they're trying to improve the purse amounts, but I think as a golfer, as a player, I think anybody realistically would be like, dude, if I can get a guaranteed amount and have a chance to win some money, I mean,
Hmm.
that's kind of a no-brainer. And so I think that's a huge win for Live Golf. I think that's an advantage for them. I mean,
I
they're
think with
shelling out a boatload of
yeah,
cash, but
I think what they're doing really well is they're getting names. Because, yeah, you can have all the players, but how many times have you watched like a sporting event and you go, wow, these announcers suck. And then you turn the channel. All of a sudden you get to watch Dustin Johnson and he's being announced by like Faraday or, all these other guys and you get to listen to Dave Faraday talk. Like you're a little bit more interested then.
yeah, absolutely. Well, and I know we were talking about it earlier, but there's a Charles Barkley's even talking about whether or not he gets signed or not. But he even said, he's like, I'm definitely going to meet with him and see what happens. I mean, why not see what they're going to propose?
He'd be dumb not to at least take the meeting because, like, yeah, it's just a meeting, but
I love listening to him on those like tournaments. A lot of people don't really like those matches. I kind of find them
I
cool.
liked the first couple matches. I kind of forgot that there was a match this year, to be
Yeah, with
honest.
the yeah, because for me, like I liked watching Phil because he dissect the game.
Yeah,
The
yeah, like he
you
was,
get that information that
yeah, he would
you,
talk about, oh, the grass is wet, so the ball's gonna spin this way, so you're gonna have to hit it harder and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, why did I not know this? Because that explains a whole lot. And then it went to like Tom Brady.
I love Tom Brady, but it's all football players who are just out there to talk smack.
Yeah, and it's just like, well, I'd rather watch them play football versus golf.
Sure.
I don't watch basketball to see Michael Phelps shoot threes.
That's
I don't know
very
why that
true.
came to my head. It's like I don't watch swimming to watch Michael Jordan try to do a breaststroke.
No, that is true. I'll be
Although
interested.
I'd probably pay to watch Michael Jordan do the breaststroke.
Um, so Charles Barkley might be on his way over to Live Golf. We don't know. That's just a speculation, and he
I
did mention
don't
it.
I don't think so. Just because it seems like there's always some kind of backlash or repercussion.
I hope next time we have this, our next episode, he'll either make the decision yes or no, so we can at least talk about it.
Yeah, we can look back on it.
Yeah,
I just feel like if he does it, it seems like a lot of sponsors are leaving people. So yeah, it might be more money right then and there, but if all of your sponsors leave, that could be less money overall.
we'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
But at the end of the day, he's Charles Barkley. Like, would TNT kick him
I
off?
don't think he really has a filter. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think so. As long as it doesn't interrupt. Obviously, it won't interrupt because he does a lot of night game. The NBA. But
Yeah,
I don't see that it will be an issue. But again, it's everything's so political that it certainly could be. We'll
yeah.
find out. That's the thing. I don't know.
Because I don't like if he leaves Shaq, Shaq has nobody to pick on.
Those two are the best.
They're so good.
They're all great. I love that. I love that crew.
I only know Shaq and
So there's
Barkley.
yeah, and then Ernie. Ernie Johnson is essentially the guy who's kind of the mediator, just kind of keeps them all in
Is that
check.
the white
Even
dude
yeah, even
with
though
the voice?
yep,
His
yeah,
crazy voice.
Ernie's awesome. Yeah, and then Kenny also used to play back in the day. He was a former NBA player. Um, but yeah, those guys are legit. So Live Golf that starts this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is kind of cool. It's a 3 day,
Hmm.
no cuts, whatever. We'll see who can win the purse there.
Do they have like a practice round on like Thursday?
Yeah, I think they still have. I think they still have practice rounds. And they have like I just seen like on their website. I was on their website. Like they have some pretty cool like events that they put like beforehand. Like I don't know, like the chain smokers, for example. Like not everyone's favorite, but that's a pretty big name. Like they're performing before the tournament, like through through the tournament. So there's definitely some cool events that are leading up to the actual tournament. And I think it's just kind of cool that there's the teams, the 12 different teams. It's a little weird, but I think once they kind of get a better uh
Pool.
that and like the leaderboard watching it live is really kind of hard because it's like it keeps on showing like the individual and then team play and the way
I
that
just don't understand like how you can have teams and then still have all these guys joining.
so I think what they'll eventually do is once they get a certain amount
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
like have to
it'll be like
redraft,
a free
right?
agent. Yeah, they'll do
Yeah.
like free agents. Yeah. So I would think. And that's kind of the cool thing with getting guaranteed money.
That's true.
That's another that's what it's a mystery still, but we'll find out.
I think what they're building has the potential to be either really cool or we're gonna watch something really like fizzle out and die in real time.
Yes, but I really don't see it dying anytime
Or we
soon.
could see the end of the PGA Tour as we know it.
That
That's
is
a hot take, but it could happen.
it very well could be. Yeah,
You know,
that
because
very could
all
happen.
it'd be cool to see them work together and be like, hey, all of a
Doesn't sound
sudden,
like they're going to, but yes, that would be
yeah.
ideally that would be what would be
So I
nice.
think we talked about last week. It'd be cool to have like PGA versus Live
Sure,
events.
I like that.
I don't
I
think the PGA likes that though.
no, no,
No,
not at all. In other news too, I had no idea that Patrick Cantlay had a brother.
I just learned that today too.
Yeah, Jack Cantlay, uh,
I was like, that last name's super familiar.
18 years old. He just set the record for U.S. Junior Am record with the front nine of 28, which he was playing the front nine on his back nine. So he was closing in on. He played the front nine last, and he that was at Bandon Dunes. Previous record was 29, so he shot a 28, and he had three eagles on that round.
Weren't you just there?
Nope, not Bandon. I wish. Nope, I was
Okay.
at Forest Dunes.
Okay,
But
whatever.
Dunes, Bandon Dunes, Forest
Dune's a
Dunes,
dune.
Dunes. I will hint on, or I'll
We'll
talk a
talk
little bit
about
about
it.
that. Yeah,
I
down the
just
road.
want like if you're playing Bandit, I want to know what you
That's a trip
shot.
that would be
Should we
amazing.
take that trip?
That's like probably one of the top bucket list trips to take as a golf
Where's
fan.
that golf course?
Bandon Dunes is a resort on in Oregon, right on the coast.
Which
Yeah,
one's in
there's
Wisconsin?
that's Sand Valley. That's
Ah,
the one that
okay.
so Bandon Dunes. The people who own that property are the ones that actually created the Sand Valley.
That's why I always
Yeah.
get confused.
Yep.
Okay.
So and they are adding on to Sand Valley. They're going to be opening a new golf course next in 2024.
That's one we should visit because that,
Sand
like,
Valley
yeah, it's a
is
drive, but it's not.
not too bad. It's like
not
it's like an hour east of excuse me, an hour west of Wisconsin Dells. So it's really not bad. It's like
never.
a 3.5 hour drive,
Oh,
which
so
isn't
it's
bad.
like going to my cabin,
Yeah, it's not bad at
but
all.
it's not going to my cabin, so it's a little worse.
A little worse.
A
Yeah,
little
you're going a
worse.
different direction. Going into Wisconsin.
Gross.
Yeah.
Put you
That
in
I
a
will say,
log
Wisconsin has
cabin
amazing golf courses,
in
but other
Wisconsin.
than that, Skull Vikings. Skull Vikings, baby. Okay, so Patrick Hanley has a brother who's now a stud who just shot a record, and he's currently, I believe, tied for fourth right now in the tournament. Uh, and to piggyback off that, we talked about a 12-year-old kid, Pearson. I apologize if I'm pronouncing the last name incorrectly, but Hewick, Hewick,
Oh God.
Huck, Hewick,
Hayuk?
Hayuk.
I don't think that's like the sound Goofy makes.
12 years
It's
old.
probably just like Huck.
Probably
Yeah.
butchering it, so I apologize. But he probably doesn't feel too bad. He's 12 years old, and he's literally just made history at the U.S. Junior Amateur, and he was playing in the same tournament as Jack Cantlay. I think we, I pulled it up because I was just intrigued. So he's 12 years old. Um, they're playing at 6,900 yards the first day of the Bandon Dunes tournament, the U.S. Amateur tournament, and he shot an 80 at 6,900 yards at a 12-year-old. That is unreal because that's a long distance. 6,900 yards is a lot. And then
Nice.
he played day two. He ended up shooting a 74, and that was like 6,700 yards. It's like I've never even shot a 74 in my life, and he's 12. And
I've never even been close to a 74.
so good for this guy. So he didn't make the cut, unfortunately, but at 12 years old, this guy could be a superstar in the making. We'll see.
Or we just jinxed him for the rest of his life.
Or we didn't. I'm very, very sorry about that, Pearson. But
I was like,
no,
listen, I'm 25. I not a chance. No, I
that's what I
couldn't
say.
do
It's
it.
like it's kind of mind blowing. Like when you
Like I sniffed 85 once, and to me that was like the
that's
best thing.
like breaking like 70.
Well, like I was there and you broke what?
76 was my lowest for
Yeah.
going. That was yeah, that was.
I don't like to me I was just like shut up.
But I was still like I was in the zone, and but that again like I that yeah, I mean, how many rounds of golf do you play? And it's like it's very rare for me to even be in the 70s. I mean, I've been in there a handful of times, but it's not a
I'll,
common occurrence.
I'll have like a good front nine or a good back nine, but never
String
combined.
them both together.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the toughest
Because
part.
obviously when we played, I was 9 over through the front nine, and I was like, oh my God. And then it was just like
Yep, the wheels fall.
smacked me.
Consistency's the hardest part in golf.
Oh, it was consistently bad.
Well, not the front nine. It wasn't consistently bad.
No,
That's
that
what I
was
mean, though. Like consistently
yeah.
playing both nines. But I got you. I got you.
The back nine was pretty consistently bad, which
The,
is still consistency.
very true. So the thing with Bandon Dunes though is it's right on the coast, so the course is immaculate. It sets up basically like a Scottish style course,
Hmm.
so it's all link style, but the weather's insane. So like I said, you're right on the coast, so you could have 50 mile an
I
hour
mean, we just
winds.
played in 30-mile-an-hour winds
We that
and
was pretty
rain.
wild, yeah. So it's kind of like that, and it could be like that for 6 days straight. So that's the other downside is the travel there. There really isn't a whole lot. They do have an airport in Bandon, but for the
Probably,
most part, you have to fly in either to Portland or Eugene, and then you have like a 3 to 4 hour drive.
well, if we fly into Portland,
Portland would be fun to go
well,
to.
we know people in
We
Portland.
do, yeah.
Shout out Chasing
Chasing
Aces.
Aces, yeah. We got teed up with him for sure.
Do you think he'd go to Bandon with us?
That's gonna definitely be like a big group trip kind of thing. It's
That'd be
very
hard
expensive, and we
because
have
you
to
know, with
plan that
him,
out.
he would try to outdo us in terms of the sneakers.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. But it'd be a good competition. Be
Yeah,
fun.
I'd win. I'd lose at golf, but I'd win and having the most fun.
That's all that matters.
A
Um,
couple two trees, 13, 14s.
so shout out to Pearson Hayuk or Huck. I'm sorry if I said put your name,
Yeah,
but
we don't. Yeah,
12-year-old, that is unreal. Like I said, as a 33-year-old person here,
yeah,
yep,
you're old.
I'm old, and my mind is blown that's how good he is. It's crazy. And then we have Brooke Henderson, who won the Evian Championship, which is the major for the LPGA
Is
Tour.
it sponsored by like the water?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
that's who it is. Yep, Evian.
I didn't want
Is
to
it Evian?
assume it.
It's Evian, I think.
I think it's
Evian.
Evian.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty sure
don't
it's Evian.
drink that water, but
No,
yeah.
I don't either. But it's her second major. We talked about it earlier, but someone took Nelly Corda's ball.
Yeah.
She drove the ball a little right, and some lady. I was
S-
some like
And like,
elderly lady, right?
I don't know, because she had a big sun hat, but she was just kind of walking. And she's like, a
A
ball.
souvenir.
And she picked it up and started walking, and you could see, like, because they got it on video. She's like, "You got a ball," and then somebody's like, "No, no, 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 put it down."
Yeah, do not pick up a golf ball in the middle of not even middle, but on the anywhere on the golf course during tournament play. Um,
Is it okay to do that during practice?
I wouldn't.
No, I kind of
No.
thought about it.
Like if it's something at like a driving range and they leak one, oh, absolute game on.
Oh,
But
yeah,
but
crack
yeah,
some heads.
yeah. But if you practice, no, you just let that be though, or you pick it up and let them know you found it and give it back to him. See what he says. See what they say. But I love. I was hoping Ellie Corda won. I mean, Brooke Henderson, she's a stud too. So this is her second major. She's also fairly young, but Nelly Corda's swing like is probably one of my favorite swings in golf. It's just so effortless, so smooth. And she was there. She was pretty close. She was 3 shots back going into Sunday, and then I think she had a couple mishaps, but um,
That's golf for you.
that's golf. Yeah, we've covered a lot though. There was a lot going on. So we got the Live Golf, the 3M Open. We have the Travelers tournament coming up this week. They're the Rocket Mortgage Classic. I'm sorry, and that's in Detroit, Michigan, where I was just in Michigan, playing at Forest Dunes. That was a fantastic trip. That was the AM Golf Trips event. It was a 3-day event, and I just want to give a quick rundown on that. Forest Dunes is
Break it down.
break it down. A quick breakdown. It's right, literally. It's in the Huron National Forest, and they have Forest Dunes, what's been around for a while. Unbelievable course, but then they have the Loop Black, the Loop Red, and it's a newer course, but it's plays like a Scottish style course. It's unreal. The greens are super fast. I've never seen anything like it before. But the cool thing is, it's the only golf course I believe in the United States that you play one day and then the very next day you play it in reverse. So when you tee off on hole number one, when you get to the green, you almost look back because that's where you're gonna be hitting the ball the next day. So it's like kind of mind blowing. It's
Do they like
crazy.
flip the whole course around then?
So 18 and 9 are the only two holes that, like, as far as the flags, they stay the same. So like they don't have tee boxes. So they're really cool like wooden flag stakes, and
Hmm.
they essentially, if on the red day, they just stick it in the ground and that's where you tee off. So the cool thing is, like, they're like, the grass is like almost looks kind of dead,
Okay.
like very like Scotland
Yeah,
style.
yeah.
So like there was a few drives that went over four, not from me, but
Shocker.
go over 400 yards. I
Okay.
mean, because the ground is so firm.
Yeah, you're saying it's like ice when we ice fish.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out. So, when we're getting ready to hit, the green is kind of next to us, and somebody would hit a green, and I kept on trying to figure out what the sound was like, what it sounded like, because I've never heard anything like it on a golf course. And it literally, if you're familiar with ice fishing or anything like that, when you hear like water, ice crack,
Yeah, if you're from the Midwest, it
you
makes sense.
definitely understand. Yeah, and
And if you're not
that's
from the Midwest, ice fishing,
yeah,
we
YouTube it.
yeah, yeah. Well, no, we walk on a frozen lake, we drill a hole, we drop some hole, we drop a line
Drop a
in,
line and hopefully
and we
catch some
drink like
fish.
6 beers.
Couple of 13,
It's a
14s.
good time.
But
I
that's what it sounded like. It literally was like this like weird sound, and
I can hear it. Like I can hear the ice popping. I can't describe it though.
no, it's like there was like,
Do you remember? Do you remember Jurassic Park
yeah.
when? Oh, you can't remember yet because I haven't told you what it
Well,
is.
no, be Jurassic Park. I mean, like, I
There's
remember the movie.
there's that one where that wire breaks and it's just like that sound.
Yep.
To me, that's kind of what the ice popping sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
I don't remember what scene it is, but I just vivid like I can hear it.
It's a hard it's hard to really explain unless you're out there playing it, because even like you can't even bring out your 60 degree. You can't bring out a wedge. You're playing the Texas wedge, your putter, or
Your foot wedge.
your foot wedge. You're bumping around with a pitching wedge or some sort of iron. The greens just don't hold, and it's very cool experience. But so how it was set up was we played the loop black first, and then the next day we played the loop red, and then on the final day of the tournament we played the forest dunes in a totally different style course, more of a uh, Parkland style course with trees and all that, and you could actually hit wedges into the green. But um, the one thing that I wanted to mention was that they have what's called the Bootlegger Par Three, and it's a 10-hole course, and the longest hole is like 118 yards. Most of them are like 60 to 90 yards. But it was the first time I've experienced playing golf barefoot, and they like
They make you play
suggest, nope,
barefoot.
nope, they don't, but they suggest that you do, and they like maintain it. The cool thing is like they have like these really cool like almost hidden speakers throughout the whole course, so they're just bumping music. It's like the coolest golf experience I think I've probably had. It's just like what it reminded me is of like an adult playground. Like people, like dudes are just getting smashed, just having a good time.
Did you play barefoot?
Yeah, I played barefoot. I did, and I loved it. Walking on the greens was mind blowing. Like, this is amazing. Like, I don't want to play golf in shoes anymore. Like, it was that cool. Like, obviously not every course, because you know, people don't really take care of the
How
course
do you feel
sometimes.
about
But
those like golf sandals?
I would either wear nice golf shoes or go barefoot.
I
So
wanted to try barefoot.
you have to go to like a certain place that actually like suggests you to do it, because some people like they
So I
really do a
shouldn't
good
just go to
job.
like the local. No.
No, I mean you could, but most of like the destination, like Sand Valley
Hmm.
in Wisconsin, they have a place that's like that too, and it's you play it all in barefoot.
Should we go play Tiger's course barefoot so we can be one with the tiger?
That would be sweet. I would be down for that. But it was such a cool experience. And then so you walk on the fairway, it's nothing too crazy, but then you get on the green, like, oh my god, this is actually like a massage on my feet. It was
Jeez.
awesome. So unreal experience there. Michigan golf actually is, they have talked about it. It's like one of the most underrated places to play golf. I actually really
I
enjoy
always see commercials for Golf Michigan.
Arcadia Bluffs. So the Forest Dunes and the Loop Red and Black are all three in the top 100 public courses in the United States.
Okay.
And Arcadia Bluffs, I believe, is number one in Michigan, and they're right behind it. So they're all very like high end courses. So if you're in the Midwest or you're looking for a destination where you're basically literally out kind of in the middle of nowhere, check it out. It's worth it. Forest Dunes in Michigan. It was a great time. So I had a lot of fun, played a lot of golf. My body's sore. Most golf I've played in a few days stretch. But in any case, like I said, we're trying to get back in action here. There was a question I was going to ask you,
Oh God.
and the reason why I brought it up was because I posted this video just not too long ago, and I do remember a place when I was in Arizona that had something similar to this. But my question was, um, so we've talked about like dogs on the turn and all that, right? But if you could actually put like one restaurant or one little pop-up little grill
What a
station,
stupid question. Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Immediately Taco Bell.
That's not a stupid question because I think it's very underrated. Like you could easily put together like there's food trucks.
If you talk me for a half hour, I'm going to mention Taco Bell at least 3 times.
Taco Bell's always seems to pop up in our
And
podcast
here's
episodes.
my reason, right? You like morning golf. I hate morning golf. Oh,
Yeah,
it's even about tacos.
I know that's why.
So you could have like a breakfast taco menu. This might be where Jordan from Odin should get in on this. You could have like a build your own breakfast burrito at the turn, which would be sick. And then towards like the middle of the day, you could start phasing in the lunch tacos, and maybe you could have like a little taco bar like we did for a tournament
See, that's what I. There is a course in Arizona that we played, and it's similar to that. Like they had breakfast burritos, and we actually didn't realize until after. So
after.
we ordered it after the round, but I don't know if it was for like a special event or if they put it on regularly. But which I would be shocked if they did because it was in August and that would not. That was hot, so like
That'd
nobody
be
wants to be grilling tacos out in the middle of
that'd be sweet
freaking.
to have like a 4 pound breakfast burrito at the turn and just cover it in like salsa verde
Heck yeah!
and like hash browns.
But dude, if you think about it, like yeah, like a little, even like a little Taco Bell hut
Yeah,
on the golf course.
because you could do like the breakfast menu. You could do like breakfast burritos, or they have a Crunchwrap Supreme for breakfast, where it's got the eggs, the hash brown, the bacon, and then hot sauce in a Crunchwrap.
Maybe we put together like
A
fast
slideshow.
a fast food like food court, but it's just like little like 6 by 6 stands right next to each other right on the turn.
That'd be great for
And you could
drunk
just
people because you get hammered. Go get your tacos, your McDonald's burger, your Chick-fil-A tendies, and then you could cover all that in like cane sauce.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a food court,
I
but
wouldn't even
literally.
make it past the turn. You'd find me in a bush passed out.
But here's the thing though, so if you were gonna order it, you'd have to like order it through the cart, like so that it doesn't keep up the
Right.
you know what I mean? So
You
you're
would
not like
find me on one of the tee boxes passed out in a food coma.
I saw that. I'm like, I'm surprised other courses, more courses don't do that because it's kind of a. I mean, hot. Don't get me wrong. Dog at the turn is obviously great, right?
No,
The glizzy at the turn is great, but I
I'm a
think I
big
would much
fan.
rather order like a couple
I'm
tacos.
a big fan of club sandwiches at the turn. You like the ham, the turkey, the bacon, the lettuce,
I like that
a
too.
bag of
I
chips.
think I've mentioned this before too, but if you are new to the whole golf game and you're big into eating like chips and like snacks like that, you greasy on your hands. Whatever your hand is, you use your golf glove on. Take your golf glove off, use that hand, then you put your golf glove on. So then you don't have to worry about greasiness on your
Or
hand
the pro tip, wet nap in your golf bag at all
or
times.
wet nap. I like
Do I
that.
have wet naps? No, I just thought of that.
But that's a good
Pro
idea.
tip.
Save Park Golf wet naps. Here we
There
go.
we go.
Go bag near you.
That
Um,
would have been good for the tournament. Yeah, here's some wet naps.
I like that.
The people go, why the hell do we have wet naps?
You'll find
And
out
then
here.
they'll be like, you'll find out, and we just don't provide them any food.
Yeah. Jokes on you guys.
Jokes on you. We got you.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about that think of that we might have missed?
No, I was just excited to hear about your little tournament that I wasn't invited to.
Yes. Well, yes, it was a blast. It was a good time. Met a lot of cool dudes. It was 68 or 72 people in the tournament.
Oh,
So it's all thing with this tournament though is like you have to have a handicap established, so everything is all handicap based. And it's so like for me, I'm a 10 handicap. my buddy that I was playing with is like a two handicap, so there's an opportunity. So we basically play.
So if you played with me, we'd have a big advantage.
If you had your handicap established, we definitely. So you play your own ball, and then so like let's say we both played together and you parred it and I bogeyed it, we would take your par. So you'd still play your own ball like a normal basis, and then we would log the best score of the two. But the cool thing is like, yeah, if you have a higher handicap and you bogey it, that still might be a par because they do by net and
Mm.
gross. So there's money to be made in the net and the gross, and then they also do skins. Unfortunately, I didn't win any money, but I had a great time. So
I know my handicap went down with our trip.
did it?
Yeah.
See, mine was at 9. That was the best it's been in a long time, and then it went back up to 10. I feel like once you hit a certain level, you really have to play really good to like really drop it. Because mine
Hmm.
dropped down to 9, like because I was at a 10 and it went down to 9, and now I'm back up to a 10. So my confidence though wasn't there. Like I know I can play well, but that whole course, that whole loop thing was it just nuts because you're
Dude,
not
that'd be
using.
so weird because, like, the day before, you're like, oh, I hit it from over there. And then the next morning, you're like, I hit it from over there. Like,
Yeah, and it's so crazy that it's the same piece of property, but they play totally different.
that's super interesting,
It
though.
is. So there's multiple YouTube videos if you look it up, but um Eric Anders Lang from the Random Golf Club, he kind of does he does I think a two-part series at Forest Dunes property and plays the course. It's fun to watch. I watched it before I went out there just kind of get an idea, but you really just until you play it, it's hard to
Right.
really understand. But I will say that that was the most difficult greens golf course in general that I've played. I mean, you could, like I said, you could hit a ball 350 yards, even though if I normally drive at 260 or 270, I could hit over 300 if you hit
Mm.
it straight because it's going to roll. But hitting into the green was the toughest part and giving yourself an opportunity. So, unbelievable experience. We need to go out and play some golf soon. We haven't played. We still, I got,
It's been so hot lately this year. I
it's
mean,
been,
this summer's been brutal here.
it's been really warm.
And it's been like the really crappy mixture of like, it's like 95 and then it's humid.
Well, and then again, there's that downside of like, we're all us Westerners look forward to summer, the warmer weather, and then every weekend it seems like there's some sort of commitment, or you're doing something, and so I'm trying to.
I was talking to the Pinehurst guys, and they're like, "Yeah, it's like you have Stockholm syndrome because it's like the winter, it's like 30 below, so you don't go outside. It's like we have to like trick ourselves into saying we love it here.
Yep.
Unless you're from here and you like enjoy everything here, it's hard to explain to people why
Like, why the heck are
Minnesota.
you here?
Yeah, because like yeah, we do look forward to you know the summer and the spring and everything, but I love the spring and the fall the best. I don't mind the winter because I like snow for a little bit. I like to ice fish and stuff like that, so it's not the end of the world to me. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like it kind of sucks the life out of me to go outside and go, it's hot, and now I have to stand out in the hot weather for 4 hours.
See, the heat, I would much rather have it hot, but I get what you're saying though, especially if you're standing on the heat,
Yeah,
it'll get to you, the sun. But yeah, no, we should play uh
you got to think.
I know what's the course that we played. What was the tournament? Bull Rush. I think I have some passes,
Oh,
so we should go play
well, you've
there.
been holding out on me.
Well, yeah, I've been trying to find a time to go.
Oh,
So
good.
yeah, we should go play there. Um,
Maybe in the fall.
we'll do some. So then we can do like some video footage.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
sweet.
Because between us, we have like 15 cameras.
Yeah, we 14 of them are yours.
It's
No,
true. Yeah.
I have like 3 or 4, but most of them are yours.
The issue is most of mine are film.
Yeah,
You can't do much on film.
that's true. No, but it feels good to be back. And next week we'll be recording as well. Hopefully we'll have a guest on, and like I said, we've got a couple that are should be a really good time. It's just a matter of getting the scheduling out. But if
Yeah.
not, it'd just be me and Dom, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
We like having just our good catch up moments here.
Shout out to Odin for being our sponsor today. I know they sponsored the pod, but we wanted to find a way to get them more involved in what we're doing here and what we're building. We had meant to like find a stopping point to insert the little read,
We'll definitely
And
put it here in the end, though.
yeah, totally forgot. Totally forgot.
That's what happens when we get rambling on, though.
Yeah,
That's
two
right.
guys, golf things, ADD.
I told Dom, give me a sign when we want to do that, and we both did.
I kind of forgot until we got to like the 30, like it was like 35 minutes, and I was like, oh no.
That's right. It'll be worth it. The good thing is we'll just plug it at the end so everyone makes sure they listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, but like the Odin crew,
Yep.
thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
I've definitely have lost a lot of your balls, but that just means I'm doing my part of marketing.
That's right.
Somebody's gonna find it and go, "Oh
Spread
my
the
god,
name.
what is this thing?" They're gonna smack that shit real nasty,
They need to.
and then they're gonna like it.
We need to get logos on there, like just you know what I mean, like with our logo.
I think they're working on that. If
There
I
we go.
remember right, they
Then
want to do something with like the Odin coin or something.
put our Instagram at there, so in case they have any questions,
We should honestly just like hit them up, be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, here's what we want to do."
Yep, for sure.
I don't think we have that much power though.
No, but Odin Golf is legit, and you said
So
you'll be listening to our plug at the end.
we
here
were talking last week about them hitting up Bryson.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
I DM'd him after, and Jordan had already DM'd Bryson.
That's fantastic.
I was like, "There's no shot." So all of a sudden,
Next thing you know, Bryson's hitting Odin.
I'm saying if you see Bryson hitting Odin ball, I had the idea.
Dom's idea. Yeah, I love it. Thanks again for tuning in, and again, you'll hear our sponsor Odin Golf here shortly. Again, they're awesome golf ball. Check them out. They're doing so many cool things for the game of golf, growing it. And I think you'll like the golf ball and you'll like what they do.
Yeah, they go far.
Bombs.
Nukes.
Factory.
It's the nuke factory.
That's right. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be chatting next week.